6 months with the Books Tab X ink computer. Here are my thoughts. Let's get into it. Hey, JB here. Excited you're with me. This is more of a community than a channel. As always, love to hear your comments down below, unless you're watching on TV, right? Many people do. But if you do get a chance to comment, it'd be great. Love to hear from you as we continue to bring you some fun stuff. We're here rocking and rolling, talking about the Books Tab X. Been getting a lot of questions about this. Bought it in end of January, started using it in February. Been using it for 6 months, and I am impressed. Still love my Remarkable 2. Still love my Kindle Scribe. I love those devices. But guess what? I'm going to my daily driver with my Lamy AR thick stylus here is the Books Tab X. Now, why am I going to this? Well, for years, I didn't like the software. It was something I didn't like. I thought it was hard to get Google Play on. But man, if they've been working on this thing, except for a few language issues that you get once in a while, and some of some of the menus pop up, I'm cool with that. The device is working. The battery's been great. A full caveat, haven't been traveling a ton. It is a big device, so it is a little bit big to travel with. I mean, not huge, it's thin, but it is big, but that's one of the reasons I like it. And really been utilizing it in my planning system. So I want to show you some of the highlights of the things that I actually love. First being the planning system. Obviously you have this layout which you can adjust here. I have my books up in the upper right hand corner. You can see that I have my Kindle, my Kobo, and my audiobooks. That's one thing that I love. You have all my Kobo books, my Kindle books, and my Audibles there. So I have everything on one device, which is actually really cool. Then we've got our library. These are PDFs. We have our interactive PDF planner. You can get that over at morningcoach.com for free. By the way, there is a course that if you want to purchase that, if you look on that and scroll down, a couple people ask me, like, where's the free one? They're both down at the bottom. It says either free or you can grab the course, okay? So that's in your library, and if you click library, you're gonna see a ton of PDFs that I've uploaded that I work with here, and that's on our bookshelf, and you could organize that in different ways. Those are PDFs that come up. And then we have our notes, and this is obviously something that I love. I've got the folder system all set up. I've got my educational system set up, and the notes are doing great. I'm gonna show you that in a minute. And then I've got some other things on here. I have my Google Calendar, which I love that I can just crank in here and grab my Google Calendar. I have and I'll get out of that real quick, have my Evernote. Okay, and if I click that, I can just go right into my Evernote, and boom, there it is, which is awesome. And then I have also have my Google Documents. Don't use this a lot for typing. I've been using the free write, but every once in a while I'll set it up and I'll just type right in there and use it as a monitor, which is pretty cool. So everything's right here. It's all in one device that I really like. I actually have sheets there, have the Weather Channel, some other apps that I've put on here. Now, a couple of the things that I love about it, over 6 months, is the front light. You can see I am in the beta version, so some of these things that are operating may look a little different, but they have a front light, and that's a big problem with the Remarkable 2 that I hear is that it's not lit. Well, this, you've got a front light. You got the blue one, which is kind of that blue light, and then you have that, let me click on, let me turn it on. It'd be nice if I put it up a little bit. This is the kind of yellowish, there you go, yellowish light here that comes on, and you can see that yellowish color as I bring the blue down. You can see it brings that brightness up to the yellow, right? And so if I turn that off, it's going to give you that blue front light. That's actually new. That's not a new feature. It's just the way that operates is kind of new. They've changed that a little bit. But you could actually send a feedback on here, do screenshots. A lot of this stuff I don't use. You could do a screencast. You can mute. Books drop is how you bring things back and forth. And then the e-ink center is pretty cool because this is where you can go ultra fast, balanced, or HD, which is going to allow you different refresh rates to be able to utilize the device faster. And like it says, good display effect, general for good text reading. So if you're in a book, let's go into a book here. Let's go ahead and go into Kindle. And if we open up Kindle here, you're going to see I'm in HD mode. And that will be, let's just go ahead and just embrace the chaos, our book study over at MorningCoach. And you can see everything works pretty quick and fast. You're on a reading streak, which is great. And then we're going to go ahead and go in the book. And you can see how it just looks beautiful, right? It just is great. And then if you want to change the refresh rates, again, you can go in the ink, this control panel, and you can make it ultra fast. And I don't see that much difference in the ultra fast. It just works a little better. And as a reader, it's great. A big reader, I love it. It works real well for me. Again, questions down below. I'm showing you how I use it. This thing has so much functionality that, I can't get to everything because it's just got a ton of stuff, and I don't use a lot of this stuff. I'm showing you the stuff I use. Again, so you can see my hand gestures, works really quick and fast. And again, notes are probably my primary thing that I use. We'll go on YouTube here. I like creating folders. You create notepads into folders. As you can see, you just click over here and you're going to go ahead and create a new folder. And then you can create notepads. And when you do create the notepad, this is pretty cool. You have different templates that you can use. By the way, this is not cheap, okay? This is a computer, they say. I believe I paid right around $900. So you're in the iPad range, so it does need to do a lot of things, right? This is not, everybody's not going to use this thing. But if you're somebody that isn't e-ink, use it a lot, then I personally think it's worth the investment. So you have handwriting and then you have text. And again, you can actually hook this up to a computer, up to a keyboard, And the keyboard, you can just go ahead and click and you'll be able to do type text notes in there, which is another handy feature. They continue to upgrade constantly. And if you come down into the settings, you're always able to see, let's go ahead and go into here real quick. If we go into settings, you'll be able to see there's a lot of stuff going on in here. And then if we look into about the device, we're going to see that this is a version that I believe is a beta. I am signed up for the beta that I'll get this, but it's a Tab X, Android 11. So you can see it's Android 11, 6 gigabytes of RAM, 128 gigabytes of ROM. So it's just a really, really nice device. Again, I'm all about usability, not into the tech things. It's like, hey, how does this thing work? And it's working for me as far as the daily driver of things that I need. But let's go into notes. I'll show you that real quick. I was going to do a note for you. Let's create a notepad. Let's just do a blank one here. We'll call it Notepad 1. We'll go ahead and create that. And you can see it's pretty fast, okay? You have a lot of different options you can as far as writing. And typically, these are the ones that I have set up because I'll use a big one, bold, and then I like this small one for my typical work, okay? So let's go ahead and look at that. Let's go into a planner, okay? Again, you see how fast we did a note. Let's go into the planner, and I'm going to show you a couple of the features that I use. We're going to go to the day before. Again, you can get this planner for free over at morningcoach.com, and if you want to grab it, it's great. It's interactive. You can go ahead and go home, and then we're going to go ahead and go into, let's go into August. And as we get into August, we're going to go into August. I believe we're in the 11th here, so we're going to go to 11th, but we're actually going to scroll back to the 10th, and we're going to use what I like. There's a couple new tools here. As I click this, you're going to see Free Lasso and Smart Lasso. Either one work for me. I've been using Free Lasso. Basically, we're going to grab this here. And, 1 second, we're going to grab that area that I copy every day. We're then going to go into our Free Lasso tool, and we're going to hit copy, okay? And it's now copied to the clipboard. I always hit the pin just because it makes it easier for me. I just come over to the new day, and I'm going to come over to the Free Lasso tool again, click that, Free Lasso, and I am going to paste that. Sometimes it takes a little bit of moving around a little bit. We move that around and put that right there. And that happens to be my consistency area. So that is good. This is how I start my day. Boom, we're good there. I grab the pen. I put down the things I need to do, write, call clients. Okay, and then down here I have a scheduler. Now you can use this. You can actually use this to schedule because you can move around home. All the hyperlinks work, but the way that I use it is to set up my day. So I just want to know what's going on. So maybe I have a coaching client at 1. So I'm going to put coaching client at 1. I put additional notes here, what I'm reading in my notes. And then if I journal a little bit, I've got that all here. This is an interactive planner. Like I said, you can get it. There's a lot more to it because when you get to Sunday, we'll go all the way to Sunday here real quick. You're going to find that it works within our framework of our system. We've got some things that you answer. What did you complete this week? What are the goals? What's your 1% improvement? So it's part of the whole Get It Done Now system. And again, you can grab that for free if you want to work your Books device with that. Totally cool. But here we are in Friday, and you can see I've copied and pasted that over. I've wrote down the things that I needed. Again, if I don't want the light on, I just turn it off. And now we've got no light on here, and we're really in a true ink device that's working well. So I've got my notes, and then maybe I go into with a client. So I'm going to go into my notes, and I grab this notepad, and we'll just grab any of them. Let's go back. I'll show you. This is kind of cool. If we just want to go directly into it, because that was just open, we can go right here. And you can move these widgets around, by the way. So I'm going to go ahead and go, oh, it's moving that widget. And I can resize this widget. I can make it bigger. But I'm going to go into this, into the notes. I thought I could just grab it there. But I'm going to create a notepad anyways. Like I always do these things just real time so you can kind of see. And for me, you can tell why I need something that just works. Why I didn't like this before, because the software just wasn't caught up, and now it's great. But if I come in here and I want to do like a to-do, let's say to-do, and I like that big kind of thing there, and then I draw a line, and then I start working on my to-dos. Let's say one, call coaching client. Number 2, work on professional expert, 7 steps to 6 figures or 7 figures, and these are things that I'm doing in my business. So then I can write my to-dos. And again, you have plenty of tools here that you can use. You've got so much you can do on the left side. And I don't even use half of this stuff just because it doesn't fit into what I need to do every day. What I'm looking for is a note taker, organization tool, and making sure I have everything with it. So if I have to take it, I've got my calendar, I've got my Evernote, I've got my Google Drive, and if I want to do some work on my book, I can type on it. I can check the weather just for the heck of it. It's got a browser too if I want to check it. Again, these are not things that I use every day, but they are tools that make this really a computer. And again, you're paying a premium, but so far so good. I haven't had any issues. I've joined the Discord beta, which is great. So talking with the company, and they're sending me the beta tests. And I've been using it for 6 months, day in and day out, and I haven't had too many issues. Some people ask me what I use. I'm using the Lamy, and that's that bigger, thicker stylus. I'll put a link down below. This actually works with all the devices, the Remarkable, etc. But really, really like this device. There it is going into Sheets. Accidentally hit that when I put that down. But really, for me, it's all about planning and organization. Having this size, this big size is awesome. And if you're getting a little older, and you need to be able to read properly, your books, you just come over here, go into your Kindle, and boom, you've got this nice, layout to read. It's not that heavy. It really isn't. You can hold it. And then, of course, let's put it here on the screen. You can, I like the blue light. I like that light. You see how that lights up and really gives you a nice front light there where you can read your device in bed, or if you need it, you're on the plane or something. It just really does a good job as far as that goes. And again, if you want that, we'll turn that down and bring that, we'll bring this yellow light up. And you got that yellowish color, which I'm not a big fan of, but some people really like that yellow color too. So 6 months, thumbs up. Books is doing a really great job. I am not paid to endorse this. They don't even send me review units. Maybe one day I'll get some so we can review them. I'll try to get the smaller ones, the Books Tab C, I believe it is. And the Note Air too. I've had a Note Air in the past, but nothing new. And I've been using this day in and day out, but it is definitely my daily driver. Loving it. And again, any questions, please leave them down below. I know some people ask real quick about the text, note to text. So if I come down here, I will hit this. I'll show you this. Let me go ahead and shut that light off. And as you can see how nice it just works, right? But if I come here to AI, it's converting some handwriting right now. And my handwriting is like chicken scratch. That's why I've never really used this texting stuff, but some people want it. But if you can see, it did pretty good. It said to do, got that. Call coaching, got that. Professional, got that. Didn't get 7-step because that's really bad. It's trying to figure out what the heck that is. But that was pretty good, right? So it does have that ability. Again, this is something I don't use, but you may want to use it. And it does do a pretty good job with that, especially if your handwriting's on point, as many of yours are compared to my handwriting. But again, great little device. You can take it with you. Has a lot of functionality. It's the closest thing I have to an iPad. I still use my iPad to consume media, but when it comes to this device, battery lasts fantastic. Haven't had any battery issues. Typically, I leave it off battery for a week, and then I charge it back up, and I'm using it constantly every day. So the battery's been great. Books are great. Notes really work well. The planner's really good, and I'm in the book system, and I never really thought I would be that excited about this device, but I do enjoy it, and it is working for me. So any questions, leave them down below. Love to hear from you. I do have all the other devices. We'll do some more comparison videos, even though I've done some in the past. I'm getting back to this thing here on YouTube. So thanks for watching. As always, it's community more than a channel, and I appreciate you. Hey, thanks for watching. Awesome that you're a part of this. You can subscribe by hitting that little face of mine right there. And then YouTube's gonna give you a suggested video here. That's what they're saying. Hey, check this one out next. If you wanna check that out, that's so cool. But thanks for being here. You're awesome. Massive energy to you.